Hey YouTube Press here with another watch overview. Today I'm going over this watch here. It's the Casio WS1300H-1AV. Retails for $29.85. There are two options you can get on this watch. It's the purple color, which is the 2AV, which I think would be a fantastic watch to get if you want a little bit more variety or color in your watch collection. So that's a 2AV and more of a purple, bluish color. And then you've got this gray color, which is the 8AV. And it has, I've seen this in the store, it has kind of a darker color to it. So it might look a little bit light here, but it's a little bit darker when you see it in stores. Again, watch does retail for $29.95. So in terms of the specs on this watch, basic specs, case size 51.1 millimeters, lug to lug of 51.3 millimeters, and a thickness of 14.8 millimeters. Weight is 49 grams. Case and bezel material are resin. Band is resin. Does have 100 meters of water resistance and a battery life of 10 years on a CR 2025 battery. Some of the exterior features, does have a resin glass, which is not surprising. Features of the watch: dual time, moon data, tide graph, stopwatch with a measuring capacity of 24 hours, timer with a countdown range of 24 hours, and you do have an auto repeat function. Does have 3 multifunction alarms, 2 general alarms or basic alarms, and then 1 alarm where you can set the snooze. Does have hourly time signal, amber LED with a selectable illumination duration of 1.5 seconds or 3 seconds, which is very helpful. Full auto calendar to the year 2099. You can turn the button operation to an on or off, which I find useful. And it does have an accuracy of plus or minus 30 seconds per month, and it does have military time. So with that, let's get to the watch. Now here is the face of the watch. And this is I think it's a great looking watch. It's just a little bit large for me. Just pick up the light on this. There you go. Alright, so here's the face of the watch. You do have 4 screws. They're more cosmetic. They're non-functioning screws. It does state tide graph at the top, moon phase at the bottom. You have your adjust mode and search and light button indicators. And then you have your secondary button indicators on the inside there. It does state water resistance 100 meters. Has your Casio branding at the top, 10-year battery. Here's your day, month, and date window. Here's your tide graph window, and that's your moon window. And this would be your time window at the bottom. It does state illuminator and then water resistance. Here's the left side of the watch, and here's the right side. Here's the band. This does have a band width of 25 millimeters and does taper down to 21 millimeters. Here's your keeper and your plastic hardware. Lug width on this is 18 millimeters. On the backing plate it does state Casio water resistant, module 3507, generic model there, stainless steel back, water resistance 10 bar, made in China. So looking at the functions of this watch, here's your normal timekeeping mode. If I hold this button down, I can reset the seconds, and I can scroll through. This would be your daylight savings time on or off. So I'll just have that off. I can change the hours, minutes, year, month, and day. And then if I hit this button, this light button, I can change the afterglow from 3 seconds there down to 1 second. So that would be 1 second, and that's 3 seconds. If I hit this adjust button here, this would be to change the universal coordinated time, and I can scroll through and change the longitude and lunar tidal interval. So I didn't really go, I did briefly read the moon and tide graph information in the operations guide. I'm not really familiar with it, so if you do decide to purchase this watch, definitely look at the operation guide. They can give you more information on that. So that's your normal timekeeping mode. Here is your tide and moon graph or moon information. And currently we are in a new moon where I'm located. So if I scroll through the days, this will be a new moon. And then as I scroll through, this would be a full moon. So that's that. Here's your stopwatch with a measuring capacity of 24 hours. And then here's your timer. And it's in 24-hour range. So I'll stop that. And then here's your alarm. Here's your alarm 1. I can set the alarm on or off by hitting this button. So now the alarm is on. And then here's your snooze feature for alarm 1. You can change the day, month and date on this, so if you do decide to reset that, you'll just hold this button down. And you can change the month and day here. I'm not going to do that, so I'll turn the alarm off, because I don't want this going off at 12 midnight. And then that's alarm 1, 2, and 3, and then here you can set the hourly time signal. And there's your hourly time signal indicator. And that's your snooze there. And then the last feature on this watch is your dual time, which is here. Alright, so let's show you the light. Just turn the lights down. And here is the LED light. It is fairly bright. LED light is at the left side, so it tends to only illuminate the left side of the watch, but in complete darkness you won't have any issues seeing the time on this watch. Okay, so that's that with the light. And now with some comparisons, just to show you the difference between the sizes. Here's the F105. And next watch up would be the Classic G. That's really large. So if you got the wrist for this, then this would probably be the watch for you. Here's my newest watch of the collection, newest watch of the collection, sorry. The MWD, and you can still see it's rather large. And the last watch, my Wavescepter WV200A, and it's still larger. So this watch fits well on me. This one is quite large. So let me put the watch on my wrist. And again, I have a 6 1/4 inch wrist. If I'm wearing a shirt with sleeves, it tends to look okay, but if I have a short sleeve shirt, it just looks too large for my wrist. So there's the watch on my wrist. Again, case size is 51.1 millimeters, so maybe if you have a 6 1/2 inch wrist or a 7 inch wrist, you'll probably do just fine with this watch. Alright, so that has been my quick overview of the Casio WS1300H-1AV. Please support my channel by liking and subscribing, and if you have any comments on this watch or any of the other watches I've shown you, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you again for watching. Bye.